In Africa, you see people take their passport to the church like, oh Lord, they have to give me that visa. Lord, you have to give me. I remembered when I finished uni in Africa. In fact, I've not met my husband then, and all my thoughts were, no, I just want to relocate. Because you were looking for that. I hunted for job, there was no job. I was scammed. That's the story for another day. I saved up for it that yes, I'll process my visa and all that. The guy that I gave all my life savings during my service year took all my money and kids.
And for those that have current husbands and wives, it is different.
It is different because if you are the husband in Africa that you are sitting like
that you're
chairman,
sitting and crossing your legs
on the dining table expecting one food to come, you will enter the kitchen and
you
cook
will
rice.
go there and you know this
fried dodo.
Do you do your swallow?
That thing you will stare amala or semo
and take the kids to school. You will change nappy.
Yeah. I wanted to say that you will watch those kids very well because your wife is working, you'll be there sorting them out.
In fact, when she comes back late, you'll have to open the door for her.
I say welcome, my darling.
When I came, I was working with the British High Commission back in my country. And with that job meant that you would be traveling in the embassy car. You know those cars with the flag, with the UK flag on them? That's how it used to be for me. And, you would have like delegations. You're with like the top of... If I picked a phone and said, oh, this is Rachel, I'm calling in from the British High Commission, I would meet any managing director I needed to meet because of the job that I had. So I come to the UK. 1 month, I'm looking for a job. They're telling me, you don't have any UK experience?
Yes.
The second month, I was like, what? Let me fine-tune this CV.
Now you...
Hello. Welcome to
Conversation on the Car
with
Rachel and Tebi.
Ooh.
Are you feeling yourself
I
am. In our beautiful regalia, African regalia.
This was a gift from my mom.
Okay, this one wasn't a gift. I ordered it from Africa.
Well, actually, when I traveled to Uganda last year, I saw this one. She had it in her closet.
It's so beautiful.
And I told her to just reduce it for me.
It's beautiful.
In the side.
I have some dresses too that my mom gave to me. So I just start to work on it just to reduce it a bit. Yeah, it's beautiful. I like it.
Joy is now I can take things from her with no without causing too much conflict.
Yeah. Talking about conflict. That was our last topic. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
How have you been?
I've been good, enjoying the sunshine. Oh, beautiful sunshine. It's just that it's so short because it keeps raining and raining.
When was it? You said before you know it.
Yeah, in what's it called? Winter again. We are getting back into our jackets. Yeah. Oh, Lord.
I love wearing the jacket.
But I quickly need to pick one in these sales now. Before you get to summer, it starts, Yeah.
What was your experience like when you came?
Beautiful.
The weather. No, when you came to the UK.
When I came to the UK, I've heard about it, watched it in movie. People talked about it. In fact, my immediate elder sister was here before I got here. So I think I won't say experienced it. I've had a lot of things about it, which I was prepared for. But when I now got into I think the expectation is different from reality.
What were you mostly looking forward to?
I was looking forward to, I won't lie to you, what I was looking forward to is the snow.
Yeah, me too. It was, yes.
But this our Peterborough just gives you like 1 in 10 years.
Yes, it's what, like and 1 in 2 years.
Snowed, oh my goodness. I was out, I was there in the snow just playing with, the flakes. I was so excited. My husband was laughing. But what brought me here? Because what brings a lot of people?
But we are talking about the Japa syndrome.
And they call it Japa syndrome.
Who is Japa?
It's Japa. They call it Japa.
This is
Japa
there
is a Yoruba word.
is it like a full word or it's an abbreviation to something?
No, it is a full word in Africa. Somebody will japa that you ran from something. Something is chasing you, and you now japa. Yeah, you are running from something. And what are we running from?
The economy.
Africa? Yeah, because it's as if it's like an emancipation from people. Okay, look at those guys coming from Uganda, people coming from Rwanda, a lot of immigrants coming into the UK for what? Greener pasture, job opportunity, better life,
better family, better family life,
electricity, constant electricity, health care.
What the prayer points that people have back home?
In fact, in
become
Africa,
different when
in
you
Africa, you see people take their passport to the church like, oh Lord, they have to give me that visa. Lord, you have to give me. I remembered when I finished uni in Africa. In fact, I've not met my husband then, and all my thoughts were, no, I just want to relocate. Because we were looking for that. I hunted for job, there was no job. And thank God I was able to, learn these skills from my mom. My mom was a fashion designer. I learned the skill from my mom, which I was so interested in. But with the skill you've learned, you need connections, you
with
need
what
people,
you studied
need finances.
at uni. You're just there looking for finances.
A job. But because I wanted more, I wanted the greener pasture. Like, no, I'm going abroad. My sister.
Or was it because your sister was already here?
Because my sister was already here. I wanted to at least test this. Because she was doing well. As a fashion designer, she was doing well. In London, she has her own shop. She's, when she sews, she can sew a dress for... When you convert it to Nigerian money, I'll be like, I can sew more than that. In fact, I had to go to like a fashion school to fine tune myself to get ready for, my expectation. But at the end of the day, it was so interesting.
What was it like?
It was now my husband that brought me here. It wasn't even my, all what I've planned for. Because at first, I was scammed. That's the same for another day. I saved up for it that yes, I'll process my visa and all that. The guy that I gave all my my life savings during my service year took all my money.
Is that NYC?
NYC. It's a year serving the government. The guy took all my money with no return.
I think that's always...
And there was no visa.
Yeah, there's always been a thing in me to want to travel. But because I don't really... Before, I think that was at campus. I was, these jobs that used to come online that you can be an au pair.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then someone was asking me to actually pay money because I think it was like, you can earn about £800.
Oh, wow.
And that was like 2012 because then I was at uni around that. And that was like a lot of money. And I was like,
then,
I have to go.
Yes,
I can do this. I can do. And there was a cousin of mine, I think he was in Canada by then. And I talked it over with my mom because they wanted me to pay some money to process. You know, they say pay some money to process your paperwork. And he was like, they're going to scam you. So because there was no money to kind of process that bit, I let it go. And, went through campus, finished, and I was working. I had a very good job with the embassy. And then came finally as well through my husband.
Okay.
So there was need, and also growing up, I really wanted to be married as far as possible. As far.
And I think if you ask those people that are jackpot, because that's how they call it, some of them will tell you they want to give their children the best of life. A lot of issues. See what happened in Kenya. A lot of issues are happening in Africa, and everybody just wants out. Like, no, I'm tired of the system. I'm tired. Nothing is changing. It's the same old leaders we've been knowing, and they are just being selfish. They are there not thinking about the masses. So everybody just wanted a good life, a good health system, a stable light, stable electricity, stable health care. You don't want to be in that system, and your children grows into it, and they are
The high cost of
it's
living.
just high cost of living. The high cost of living is
It is everywhere, but
everywhere.
then here systems do work whereby
It's working.
they do put their citizens into consideration. So even if you're not necessarily working, you will still have food on the table.
The table. You know, I normally tell people that came in new, I say this is a place whereby if you plan your life of the next 5 years, that this is what I want, it will work for you.
And you're intentional about it.
And you're intentional about. But there in Africa, you will plan your life, even you are so hardworking, doing everything. At the end of the day, because the system is not working,
it's not
it
working.
Just messes up your
How
system.
is it going to work when you want to go to a government office for a certain document and the people in the office are not there because they are taking a very long lunch break of 2 hours?
Yes, they are not there. And even when they are there, they are asking for bribe. They'll tell you, we can't
we
get
call
the
it
document.
Kintu Kidogo back home. So.
And we call it, what did they even call it? You just have to bribe them. You tip.
I think bribe is universal. It's actually it's a universal.
You tip them just to make sure they get what they are paid for.
What's my own?
Yes. What they are being paid for, they are not doing it. So they expect to get things from you. A lot of this Japa issue happened recently that people keep coming into the UK, and when their expectation, when they now got to the reality, it's normal for people to just I'm going to the UK. When I get to the UK, in fact, I'll start picking pounds on the floor. I'll start picking pounds on I'll just go to a tree and plug it few. And when you now get here, that you have to walk. You work like 12-hour shift, and you are just collecting £100 for that.
Even before you work those 12-hour shifts, the amount of bills that you'll have to pay.
No, I've not finished. You work that 12-hour shift to collect that £100. Okay, you're collecting £100 for maybe you work 3 days in a week, 3 times the 4 weeks. You know. At the end of the day, you were given £1,000 and you were rating it to your rate in Africa. Like, very soon you'll become a millionaire.
No, you came when you're a millionaire already. In fact, you paid off all your debts.
And at the end of the day, you collected 1,200. You are paying, let's start from rent. You paid 700 for rent. You paid 200 for water.
That's if you're
you
lucky
paid
and
200
you're sharing
for
with someone.
Electricity. You now pay road tax. Maybe you have a vehicle. You are paying road tax.
If your car is not on finance.
You are paying insurance. At the end of the day, what you are left with is just £20. That is the reality. Start eating you like. And when
your expectation was to build a mansion back home.
I saw a video on TikTok. I saw a reels. The guy said, I need to come out and apologize publicly to my uncle and my auntie. People say, why? He said, because I thought they were the ones doing me in Africa. Because, in fact, he said, then, that's the uncle. He said the uncle was here. That whenever the uncle comes down to Africa, he'll be like, this man, you are collecting so. You can't even build a house in Africa. He said, me. That was the uncle there, that the uncle even built a house and there was no window and the guy didn't refit. He said, me, I've been here in the UK for over 10 years now. I didn't even buy a block or not to buy a bag of cement.
It then hits you.
The
reality hits you.
And I've got friends that they came into the UK with high expectation. At the end of the day, they went back like, no, I'd rather stay in Nigeria and just enjoy my soft life in Nigeria than just stress me, because we stress a lot in this country. At times, there are bills that you just need to pay through your nose, and they will think, I've received a call from Africa, and the person was telling me, it's just you sending £100 to me, and my problem is you remove that £100 and see what will happen to you. You will be stuck. You will be the one calling people to please help you because you need to pay your bills.
So do you think that we put into consideration, do you think that we do enough research to figure out where we are going? Or is it because we are shown only the glamorous side of living abroad?
This abroad is overrated.
It is overrated, and it's because of what we are shown.
Yeah, it's because of how they package it.
Because, I think it is packaging.
It's just packaging. See our NHS, that we know that NHS is tired. And they package it, free healthcare. You can be on the queue on NHS for 9 months. You just need a medication, and you need someone to prescribe a medication for you, and you're on the queue for... See, I remember when this new government wants to come in, wanted to campaign. He had to say his purpose is just to reduce the queue on NHS. The waiting time on NHS. So, and you will be there, free healthcare. Go to the GP. And now our GP, in fact, they'll block you. They'll be like, at 8 o'clock, 8:15, if you've not booking your appointment.
If you've not
online.
called.
No, now they'll even take you online. If you not book your appointment online, then no appointment that day. So if it were a situation whereby you needed to see the doctor urgently, you are there just waiting like forever. So it's just overrated. They've packaged it, and we in Africa, we are the ones that don't package our things very well. Africa is that. There are some, even they love Africa. There are some things you get in Africa that you don't even get here. It's just the bad governance that we have.
It's just the leaders
The
that
system
have
that is,
failed us.
here, they've formed their system. It's just been built for years. Years that their system is working. You go to your workplace and you are receiving your salary at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Africa, you see just a leader will come from nowhere and finish all the workers' money.
I was looking at, was it a lady that was using the budget for the constituency to fund and buy yachts?
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, there was one.
Our
the
leaders.
petroleum minister in our own district. She came here buying kinds of houses on Oxford Street. You know how expensive that place is.
Oh my God.
Buying houses, buying yachts, buying jets. A whole allocation for a whole state. They will just take it and nobody's questioning them. There's no accountability. There's no accountability. So it's just overrated. You think when you relocate abroad, you'll be more happier. You will now see that when you come, your problem is still there. Waiting for you.
No, because moving abroad is the easy part.
And when you get there, the reality will hit there.
It is only when you come here and you realize that the ways of living are different. Your expectations are not being met. The customs and beliefs are different.
Yes.
When you come with kids, it's a whole different.
I've seen people that they went back to drop their kids.
And for those that have current husbands and wives, it is different.
It is different because if you are the husband in Africa that you are sitting
that
the
you're
chairman,
sitting and crossing your legs
on the dining table expecting one food to come, you will enter the kitchen and
you
cook
will
rice.
go there and
and fry dodo.
Do you do your swallow?
Amalani.
That thing
You will stare amala or sebo.
And take the kids to school.
You take these kids
You will change nappy.
Yeah. I wanted to say that. You will watch those kids very well because your wife is working. You'll be there sorting them out.
In fact, when she comes back late, you'll have to open the door for her.
Yeah, I say welcome, my darling. I remove my jacket. It's overrated. It is overrated.
What will you eat?
What will you eat? I've made the rice in the microwave. I've made rice. That's the husband telling the wife. Now the reverse is the case. Oh my goodness.
And there was, I think, a situation whereby, was it a king from your home country that was living in the US and was a bus?
Yes, it was a cab driver.
A cab driver.
He said
so you carry your chieftaincy title.
I drop it. He said he will be the king in his village in Africa. When he gets to America, he's wearing his jeans. He's taking his cab. I said, where are you going to?
Yes.
He said there was a day someone recognized him and he was like, he said, just leave it.
You call them kabiesi?
Kabiesi. He said, no, don't do that. We are in America. He said, different ball game. The man will take the bean out, will wash the dishes. In Africa, you dare not see a man in the kitchen.
No.
It's a taboo.
Taking children to school, picking them up.
In Africa, they still even take the children. But here, you are. Hey.
You'll walk with them, in fact.
So those high expectation that, okay, when you come here, you will be more happier. When you come here, you can plug the pounds on a beautiful tree. You just go to that beautiful tree, just start plugging it. By the time you plug it for like 2 hours, you get your 1,000 pounds and you
can send home.
That's part of the expectation.
Yeah.
But what's the reality? You will be in that 12-hour shift. At the end of the day, maybe you are giving 100 pounds.
And you will come and apply for job and apply for job.
Lord Jesus.
Hey.
The free health system, you'll be there on the queue like forever.
And leaving your good job.
Have you been to A&E? Is it A&E?
Yes, emergency.
When I came, they told me I was pregnant with my second baby when I came into this country. And it was like, it's going to be like, just get into there and just, I'm here to give. Babe, not until, I had this sharp pain that I was trying to register. It was proving difficult because I was new. I was trying to register. It was proving difficult. At the end of the day, there was this sharp pain I had. When I called the ambulance, that was when they registered me that, okay, you have a GP. Yes, now you have a GP. But they registered because with children, they don't joke with children. They don't joke with children. They registered my son immediately, but me,
you have to wait.
And you are there. Free healthcare. And do you know what they take from your tax? In Nigeria, you might be working and you are not paying tax to anybody.
Or like your employment. When you leave your very good paying job back home and then you come here and you sit down. Hey, God. You start from the bottom of the bottom.
Saw a whole head of the family. The man has sold his house, sold everything that he can sell in Africa, and came here. And the man wanted to be doing Oga. The wife now told him, Baba, you can't do Oga.
You have to go and sweep one street.
You have to clean people's bum. Care job. You have to clean people's bum. And you know how those managers are, like they're 23, 24. And you answer to them. When they say, Mr. This thing, yes.
And you know that thing can cause you mental breakdown.
Of course. I said some people could not handle it. They had
when I came, I was working with the British High Commission back in my country. And with that job meant that you would be traveling in the embassy car. You know those cars with the flag, with the UK flag on them? That's how it used to be for me. And, you would have like delegations. You're with like the top of... If I picked a phone and said, this is Rachel, I'm calling in from the British High Commission, I would meet any managing director I needed to meet because of the job that I had. So I come to the UK. 1 month, I'm looking for a job. They're telling me, you don't have any UK experience?
Yes.
The second month, I was like, what? Let me fine-tune this CV.
That you've worked here.
I went into the call center. And you have one lousy manager telling you what to do.
A young lad.
And then you know what they are saying? What I hated most was, taking breaks like for 15 minutes. Like your break time is 15 minutes. And then 15 minutes at the end or towards the end.
And you have to
and then 30 minutes. When you go to the toilet, they will be like, you spent a lot of time there. I'm like, what kind of life is this? It's
overrated, baby. It's overrated.
It is.
What about in the place of relationship? As in, what I meant is, you think you see your black sister coming towards you and you're smiling.
Well, keep your smile to yourself.
And in fact, you even see some people that you think, these people, I have a relationship.
Yeah.
They will accommodate you for the first week. They are giving you food. And the next week, you are still telling them stories that you've not gotten a job.
You have to start paying.
You have to pay for water, pay for everything. And you think, in Africa, you can put up with someone for years and the person is not doing anything. But here in the UK, you are using water. Come and contribute.
You have to do something.
There is
that culture shock as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cultural. Oh, Jesus, that one is there as well.
How people live their lives here. Are you going to knock at your neighbor's door and grab some salt?
Just there seeing people on the road and giving money. There's a guy that was saying on social media. He said, don't go to your workplace and start greeting everyone. Good morning. He said, people just get on their shift and just start life. It's not like you, how are you? How are your children? You are there discussing your family. Who is asking you foolish questions?
Do your work and
just go on to the next thing. Yeah. It's just a lot. It's overrated. That's why people... we at times as human, I don't think we tell ourselves the truth. So when reality eats us on the face, and we'll be like, it's not fair. Life is not fair.
And then you
do that research like you said earlier. Yeah.
And then you get us being here for 10, 20 years, and then you're thinking, I cannot retire here. I have to go back home.
Or maybe you are even working here and sending money to someone in Africa to help you build a house. They do that a lot here. And at the end of the day, you see that person would have scammed the person of your years of labor here. And you think you're sending money to one relative in Africa.
Even your own parents or your own siblings will be enjoying that money. And there's nothing you can't do.
The food you can't eat here, the meat, that chicken you can't eat, that fish you can't eat. They will be in the market and they will be the one pricing it and eating it. You are here
and enjoying
themselves.
That's
why I love that topic of take care of yourself. Yes, I'm working and I'm enjoying my money.
And you get most of us who come here, you're working, you're toiling, but even buying yourself a very nice shoe is a problem because you're thinking, I need to build this one house back home.
Rachel, start from jacket. Do you see our jacket? Have you seen our jacket?
Oh, your unkept hair.
Under the wig. Oh, the back of... Have you seen...
The back of the soul.
The back of the soul.
All for what?
Jesus.
You're toiling here for 10, 20 years.
My mom came here and she was disappointed. That's why I said it's
with
overrated.
Is that bag that you carried to
Oh, no, not even the bag. My mom was like... when you see Londonians dress, when you see people, London people, when they dress abroad, it's coming from abroad.
Instagram.
They will package in Africa.
When they go home, they pack it's packaging.
My mom said, is this? So this is it.
Or
maybe
your small corner.
Is something left that I didn't see. I said, this is it. Or this is us. Because we are just here packaging things as if it's abroad. Because they package their own system. What are they packaging? Nothing. Packaging. And we have in abundance. We have natural resources. We have lovely things, but we have bad governance. Because Rachel, if you have something, if you have gold and you don't maintain it well, there is no way you can enjoy it. That is it. We have all these. I'm sorry to say, all these natural disasters. God didn't allow us to have it in Africa. You rarely see natural disasters in Africa. Our weather is beautiful. We have the most beautiful weather. We have the most beautiful thing. Natural resources, everything beautiful.
Good food.
Yet, there is no maintenance. Here, we are eating all these hybrids, whatever. We are eating all those...
and our children are growing up before they are supposed to grow up.
Those processed food. You see a child of 14 years and you think he's an adult. Because it's fully grown because of all this rubbish chemical food you give to them. And at the end of the day, what can we do? It's just the life we live in. It's just the reality we find out. The expectation you are bringing. Now the reality is
hitting you in the face. Yeah.
So you just have to live in it or you go back.
Yeah, and that's why you're like, I need to go back home and retire.
No. I'm still thinking it because going back home, there was this family. They've worked here and they've built house in Africa. So they were going back home to retire. In fact, they are family friend, lovely people. They were now going back home to retire. In fact, for you to know, they bought like this containers. So they loaded it with lots of stuff that they will be needing in Africa. Husband and wife, they worked for years. They loaded it with lots of stuff they will be needing in Africa. They now said, okay, let me go back home and rest, at least from this cold weather, from this hustling and bustling. The first week, Rachel, the first week, the medical system messed this couple up. Here, they don't joke with the elderly. They make sure they take care of their health and all. The medical system messed them up like there was, they gave them the wrong medication, wrong prescription and everything. And the husband, they were expecting their containers to come from, they cargoed it all the way from UK to Nigeria. They didn't even wait for their cargo to land before they return back to UK like, Nigeria, the system is not working. That this system will kill. The system is not working in Africa. That is why people are running away from that system and trying to rescue their family, rescue their generation, rescue their lineage. In fact, this Japa thing is really in fact, recently, because of the way UK opened their borders, people came in via student, via certificate of sponsorship, that a lot of people got scammed. A lot of people got scammed with the certificate of sponsorship because you are seeing people selling their houses. And at the end of the day, for what? You come here and the reality... And
you find that there's actually even no job for you.
No job! Rachel, do you notice that the jobs now are now scarce? What of the accommodation? to get an accommodation. And even the bills, the taxes keep increasing.
You ask yourself, is it even worth it? No wonder some people just decide to go back.
People are going back. A lot of people are going back because they thought it's just like a bed of roses. I told you, I say some people think they will be picking money on the street.
Is that before you get 2-3 buses to your workplace?
Lord. Oh, and you'll be there waiting for bus like in 20 minutes time.
In the cold weather.
In 20 minutes time, and the next thing they are telling you that the bus is cancelled. In the cold weather.
And you have to call your childminder.
And your leg is like stone. You are carrying your feet. Your feet is like stone under that, because if you are not wearing a good boot with a thick socks, the cold has frozen your blood. You are, oh Jesus Christ. It's just so overrated. Seriously, Rachel, it's funny, but it's not funny. It's funny, but it's not funny.
I remember when we were just come, I used to take a bus from Walpole up to town, then from town get another one to Dogthorpe, because that's where Wilma's childminder was.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. And then another one up to then you now go back.
In the cold.
With the pram.
I don't like that weather. Oh God, that winter.
And when I came, I had that mentality of office, so I would still be wearing my tiny high heels.
So far. Oh my goodness. No way.
Lord have mercy.
If
someone tells you, I tell you the suffer that I've suffered.
I keep advising people, if things is working for you in Africa, stay in Africa and just enjoy your life.
But let me tell you, no, because as you said, the system here will work for you.
Yes.
Because as you said, if you come with a goal and you say, this is where I want to be in the next 5 years. Yeah. Because sometimes I think we don't want to put in the time. We come with a mentality that, I'm going to be at the same level that I was at when wherever it is that I'm coming from. But that's not the case. You come, you go way down, and you work yourself up. So now I would not trade my position to go back home. For what?
Yeah.
No, I've suffered the suffer already. Yeah. It's now my time to enjoy.
But like I said, if things is working for you, just stay there. But those people, a lot of people that I know that things are working for, but they say no, because of my children, I have to rescue these children from this bad governance, bad system.
Yeah, you suffer through. And also you've got to also think through, as I think we spoke about it briefly in the initial video. There are people that will travel, is it in their morning? Yeah. In the afternoon and in the evening. Yeah. If you're Japaing in your 50s,
just either you just take it or leave it. Japaing in 50s, even 40s,
even
is not
40s,
easy.
it's not easy.
But
even 30s, by the way, it's hard.
But if you know you have a plight, like because of your children, you want to, because love is sacrifice. You are sacrificing all this torture. Yeah, because of the next generation. I think it's worth it. Because even these children we are saying we are rescuing, at the end of the day they place them on student loan and all,
and they will carry that burden for the next.
Oh God, if it's working, let's pray for
by
Africa
the way, if
to
it
work.
is working,
if it's working in Africa, it's better you stay. And in Africa we have the most beautiful education, but because it's not working, you will see. When I was in uni, there was a time I was at home for 12 months. The lecturers went on strike because there was no payment. There was a time I went on 11 months because there was strike, and because there was riots in school, and the government was not even bothered about what happened. So a lot of issues happen in Africa that just truncate your plan, just make a mess of your life. Someone graduated with like a distinction and is there on the street still looking for a job. But here you still, even if you don't get in an office, you get in Asda.
You get
do
in something.
Tesco.
Yeah. As long as your intention on finding something, you'll find it.
And you do care job or support work, and you live within your means.
As you figure your life out.
And you are planning. Okay, I want to get a mortgage next year, and you are living in just like a room apartment or a studio. And you're planning towards it. No government policy will just come and mess you up like that.
Simply because there's been a change of government.
Exactly.
You're not going to live on fear that if we change government,
what will happen?
What will happen? Now, God forbid, where I come from, if we change government.
know. God will help us, Rachel.
Here we slept with one government, we woke up with another, and life moved on.
Rachel,
You know those things actually also surprise me.
Yeah. This Japa we are
But
talking
here
about
you're
is
thinking, if my president, me where I come from, was
oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy.
it is well.
It is well. Yeah. We can't finish it, but like I said earlier, if things are working for you in Africa, and if you know that sacrifice you want to make for your next generation.
But you know, when you tell someone back home that if things are working for you, stay there, they will think you're against them. So you come. Let us enjoy the coldness together.
Yeah, have you seen the comment section? They will be like, but you are still there.
Hey.
What's cold? But you are still there. You didn't come. You come back home now.
No, say come and we enjoy the coldness
but
together.
When they now come here, the reality.
Oh, it's okay. Let us be sad together.
They will now come to you. They will come back to you. How are you doing it? How?
And you will offer advice.
I want you to do that.
What else
and encouragement.
What else can you do? So until next time, guys, it's been Rachel and Tebi.
Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Please.
Yeah, and tell us your experience.
Yes,
your
please.
Japa experience.
Yeah, your Japa experience.
Yeah. Bye.